My friends, the purpose of today's tutorial is to give you the information that you need to go out into the world to confront your friends and to allow you the basis for your underscoring and providing the foundation of your opinion so that you go out into the world and there we are. Okay. All righty. Okay. Now, let me ask you a couple of things here. First and foremost, are we all here this morning? Are we all here? Is everyone with us? Is everyone before us as we speak? Let me know. I've had a little bit of a glitch. Give me a 5 by 5 or a thumbs up or something if you are indeed here. That's all I want to ask. Let me know. Are you here? There we go. Excellent, 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 excellent. Terrific, dear friends. Let me ask you. Let me remind you. Very good. A couple of things here. Let us go through this case regarding President Trump. Let us make sure we understand what is going on. Number one, in this third salvo of indictments, he is being indicted for his opinion. Let me say this again. You probably think to yourself, no, that can't be. No, there's that. No. Yes. Yes. He is being indicted for his opinion. Let me explain this, and let's make sure we all understand this so that you, again, go out into the world. If the president believes that his election was stolen, he may say that. If you believe the president had his election stolen, or that we as a civilization had the election stolen, you may say that. This is your First Amendment right. This is your First Amendment right. Do you understand this? This is your First Amendment right. Does that make sense? Good. How this man does this, what Jack Smith is doing, what is this wild, absolutely frenetic, vicious attack on Trump. Why this is, I swear to God, none of us can figure this out. Yes, we've seen overzealous before. Yes, we've seen this. Yes, we have. We understand this. But the likes of which we have never seen this. It's as though, and I don't know this for a fact, but it's as though someone said, in essence, it's as though someone said, go out and hit him with everything you have to overwhelm him in a blitzkrieg, in a juridical blitzkrieg, so that he is unable to even rise to the top. If he's unable to even respond, just hit him as hard, and don't worry about excessive. Go after the pool boy, the landscaper. Mention all of his co-conspirators. Go after people who were merely his lawyers, who basically had alternate elector theories that have been employed since the beginning of time. Go after him. Go after him for everything. This stupid Dusty Saddles, whatever this quote, hush money deal in New York. Go after this ludicrous Mar-a-Lago. Show boxes and boxes, but don't tell people that the boxes in the bathroom are not classified. It's about 31 documents or so. But don't tell people this. Don't clarify. Give the impression that he is just running roughshod. then go after this ludicrous nature regarding this involved this. And here's the best thing. This is the best thing. They didn't even charge him. They didn't even have the dignity to charge him with conspiring and being a part of the January 6th kerfuffle. Do you hear what I'm saying? They didn't even, this is the best part. The fact that they didn't say, oh, yes, and not only that, President Trump was responsible for inspiring the level of, whatever. They didn't do that. They didn't do that in the least. They weren't interested in that. They only wanted to focus on his opining, his daring to opine. Do you understand this? That's it. Now, the next issue. Will he win? Well, let's go through this. Can he have a change of venue? Do you really think that's possible? You want to forum shop, so to speak? Do you want to say, I don't like this D.C. He had what, less than, I don't know, 10% of the vote. This is no place for him to have. Is that good enough? Because you happen to have picked the wrong jurisdiction to commit this alleged wrongdoing. Now, you can show, if you can somehow through in the old days, you would actually go and conduct polling. You would show magazine and newspaper articles, and you would show how a particular area, a particular charge which was focused on a particular area could not possibly allow the rendering of a fair and impartial vote. Today, there is no such place where you can go and not hear, because there is no local newspaper. Everything's local. Wherever there's MSDNC or CNN or whatever it is, there's that news. So that part's knocked out. If there's something in particular that shows that a particular part of the country is not able to, that they just hate somebody, not voting for them. According to that theory, George McGovern probably could have not been tried anywhere in the country except Massachusetts and I think D.C. because Nixon beat him everywhere. So that argument so. Then the idea, what about target prosecution? They only went after Trump because he's Trump. Good luck with that one. The area where he is going to be the most successful is when he challenges the bases of the indictment, specifically that involving this notion of, this is important, this notion of selective prosecution pursuant to his opining. This is the thing which is the most important. They're basically saying that he defrauded, he obstructed justice by just saying something. Now, let me ask you a question. Simple question. Do you believe, and by the way, let me thank you for being a part of this. And let me thank you for joining us. Let me thank you for being a part of this incredible thing that we're doing. I thank you for this. Let me also remind you, I must tell you this, and it's important. It's very, very critical. You know the routine. I want you to you have to like this. We need your likes. The likes help so much in terms of getting the metrics out, getting our word out, being in the rotation. When you like what we do, when you subscribe to the channel, when you hit that little bell, it goes into the YouTube rotation. And it allows people who later on might be a part of this to see this in their recommended list. So that's why your likes are so critical. I appreciate that a lot. And also, I want you to remember one thing, our dear friends at mypillow.com. They've been great to us, and we're going to be great to them. And right now, as we speak, you get a free gift if you use the promo code Lionel. Do you know that? Right off the bat. A free gift, $20 value, no purchase necessary. Right now, do that, because they have just look at the veritable avalanche of incredible sales and oh my God, from blankets, just go through it. And specifically, don't forget their slippers and the like. So they're great people, and we love their support for us, and we support them. So thank you for that. Now, here's my question to you, and I want you to answer this question, and answer it as, and I'm not asking you what you think. I want you to ask what they think. Do you believe the president truly believes that his election was stolen? Do you think that President Donald Trump believes that his election was stolen? That it was stolen outright. Not that it was unfair, but that it was stolen. Do you believe that he believes? Do you believe that he believes? Yes. So what you're doing is you're saying, but it's wrong, but I believe that. They're actually indicting him for thinking the wrong thing. Let me say this again. Let me say this again to you. We're only talking about this latest one. They're indicting him for thinking the wrong thing. Now, if you watch Fox News for just a second, because it's on my little YouTube rotation, everybody there, everybody, to keep their job, not to go full Tucker, has to say, well, you know, I thought he lost it, and I don't believe he lost it. You got that, Rupert? I'm not like Tucker. Don't fire me. Okay, fine. Just gutless wonders. Gutless wonders. Do you believe he lost it? Do you believe that Biden got 81 million votes? It's okay to say you don't. Now, you might be able to say, I don't think they can prove it. I don't know if it's, you know, that sort of thing. But you don't have to believe anything. Do you believe there was no Russian collusion? Yeah, I believe that. Well, that's wrong too, because 51 whatever intelligence heads said this. I can't think that now. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear this? You can think whatever you want. I don't care if you think they stole it, didn't steal it. It's your opinion. And everything that he did, everything was said by the New York Times, Hillary Clinton, Stacey Abrams, goes down the list. Now, the issue that we have, of course, is the blood-brain barrier. What do I mean by that? I mean, we have a number of people in this country who just don't get it. Who don't get it? Who don't care? They don't really understand it. They're used to this. They're used to the whole thing. And they're oh my God, here we go. Trump, yeah, he probably won whatever he did. That's the problem. That's the problem. And it's unbelievable. And what you're doing is you're hearing right now. Remember, let me go through this again. The deep state, the police state, the intel state, the shadow government, the ruling class, through its overlords, are telling its people, indict him for having an opinion. First Amendment, number 1. Go after it. This is unheard of. Go after that. Go after him for having an opinion. Do you understand that? This is the thing which I cannot put into words other than this. This is right off the bat. It should just and the worst, the most worthless group of people of them all are the people who work in the news media, who don't even understand how the First Amendment works. The First Amendment allows them to do their job. It allows them. We have had everything just turned upside down by virtue of this interference. So that's number 1. So they have weaponized. They have weaponized everything. It's so perfect. Listen to how good the enemy is. You must understand this. They are saying, you may do to us politically, whatever, but while we're here, we're going to just overwhelm you. It's a blitzkrieg. It's an absolute lightning attack. And they want us shell-shocked. They want us, I mean, so bamboozled and so confused. We don't know what to do. That's exactly what's happening. This is unheard of. Then they're motivating. They're getting all of their wholly owned subsidiaries, the bought and sold social media group. They are critical behind this. You understand what I'm saying? They are critical behind this. They are absolutely, we have never seen it. We had Operation Mockingbird, but not like this. You've got trained people who are basically told every day before they go on the air, we are hanging on by a thread. Not just our message, but this is done. Cable news is done. It is finished. Elon Musk is our enemy. These people they have changed the rules. We used to, gone are the big salaries. Gone is it's gone. Zaslav is about to shut CNN down, sell it, put it on paywall, get rid of it. He's done everything in his power to do this. Chris Licht, CNN Plus, get rid of it. It's not worth our time. Fox News is saying, this is he is hanging on as much. He is going to see how much can I water down Fox News before we notice something. How far can we go? Because what he would love so much is if he could go CNN without going CNN, where he never gets another lawsuit. You don't understand. He's dealing with big ticket international finance, banks. Doesn't care about Fox News. Fox News it was in the old days. It was great. It was like when the internet first started. Remember in 2000, it was wonderful. Oh my God, it was great. It was a Wild West. Not anymore. And Murdoch would love to just can this. So what he's done is he allows other people. Okay, Hannity, do your thing. Don't go too far. That's right, boss. I'm not. You know me. I don't say anything. Hannity is brilliant. He never says anything that's even remotely controversial because he doesn't say anything. He doesn't say. He has this script that he repeats over and over. He gets 9 people on. He gets Greg Jarrett on. It's the same, and that's fine. Listen, God bless him. He's brilliant. And a little bit of Laura. And that's it. And then they bring in the comedy hour. Let's lighten this up. And let's look at the numbers, okay? Good. Lower it down some more. Let's water this down some more so that we don't see significant differences. Remember, after Tucker left, it affected everything. The heart, the soul, the excitement level, everything changed. But from the Murdoch's point of view, they're saying, that's okay. Let's lower it some more. Lower it. And let's see if we can be like, instead of steel cut oatmeal, let's have cream of wheat. Let's just lower it. All right. And good. That's good. Let's see how much we can do. Tone it down. Talk about generic stuff. Talk about the elections in the First Amendment. Just don't do anything that in any way calls into question the fact that the election was stolen. If that's what you believe, no, that's it. That's done. Because remember, they learned from Tucker. And Tucker has not yet made, let me just say something. He has got to act quicker. He has got to establish himself more often on a regular basis. Let me tell you something. Believe me when I'm saying this. If you do not hit them, they give you go the way of John Stewart. Have you seen Jon Stewart every now pop up here and there and say, what is this? What is this? Bill O'Reilly, a little bit over here, a little bit over there. Okay. You don't want this. Oh, yeah. Whatever happened? No, you don't want that. No. Dear God, no. Oh, no. You don't want that. That's the last thing you want. You never want that. And that's why I'm telling you again, every time my dream comes up, Bobby Kennedy Jr. and Tucker Carlson. Bobby Kennedy Jr. is not going to win. He knows that. This is not about Bobby Kennedy winning. This is about Bobby Kennedy making a dent, changing the course of everything. It's critical. Bobby Kennedy is like the Ramones. The Ramones taught people this is how far you can go and still have fun and still remain, rock and roll and punky sort of. It gave a whole other dimension. It didn't catch on, but it stretched the music out. It gave people the inspiration to be, it was part of that CBGB's world. That's what Bobby Kennedy is. Bobby Kennedy is going to be, he also needs a bullpen. He needs a minor league. This is important. We're in the middle of something right now, which is so critical. I've never seen this in my lifetime since I first voted. What was it? 1976, right? I was 18 years old. My first time. I've never seen anything like this. And I thought I've seen some stuff, I saw some stuff. I wasn't voting them, but during, I remember Nixon, obviously, LBJ, Vietnam. I remember all that. This is watershed moment. This is watershed moment. I want to also say something. Everybody has to act in unison. The Democrats act in unison. Everybody, anybody who's not on board, get rid of them. Chris Christie, Ramaswamy, Tim Scott, everybody has to say, the freedom of speech is sacrosanct. Stop it. You don't have to say anything about Trump. You don't have to like Trump. You don't have to agree with him. It doesn't matter. Everybody has to act in unison. There is no Republican Party. They're all over the place. It's confused. And all you have right now are a bunch of people, and please do not look to the media to determine the voice of the Republican Party. Believe me. You don't go to CNN to see what the Democrats are doing. They do it on their own. But too many people make the mistake of thinking, well, I'm going to watch Newsmax. The hell with Newsmax. What are you talking about? We're not talking about Newsmax. We're talking about a GOP. And I'm not a Republican. And what people have to realize is that this man, this president, first, recognize one thing too. And I want to say this. He is in this. You're going to have to, please, I say this figuratively, politically, not actually. I say this, but you're going to have to kill him. You have to kill his spirit. You're going to have to destroy his soul, his essence, his fight. There's something about Trump that is, nobody knew he had this. I've never seen anything like this. Nixon, they thought, was obstinate. Nixon never approached. Nixon hid. Nixon, when he was walking around, Henry, let's pray. When Nixon went out, he would double down on the illegal activity. Trump goes out in front of everybody. Trump doesn't go and hide. He goes out and tells people. He has a rally. He's not normal. He's not human. I've never seen anything like it. You wonder, is he crazy? How does he do this? How does he not say, oh, F it? I'm 70-something, 77 years old. I'm tired of this. Look, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go. I'm going to make a deal. Nobody will ever find it. Come here. Do me a favor. I want you to call up our connect. Because there's a contact person he has with the DOJ, with his shadow government. He has it. He can say, listen, here's what we're going to do. I promise you, I'll make a deal. He's a good bargainer. He could say this, a good deal maker. I'm going to go away. I'm going to go away. Now, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to say this. I'm not going to admit anything. Number one. Number two, by the way, he's not going to do this, but this is what he could do. I'm not going to admit anything. Nothing. I'm going to say something about my respect for the family, for the rule of law, and all this other stuff is so great that whatever. You understand? That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to and I love this country, and I don't want to do anything to affect the flow and whatever, and I'm here to in no way, whatever. He makes a, and then he makes a deal. You drop all charges, everything. I want to get money. I don't know if they've seized, who knows? I don't know where this money is coming from. I have no earthly idea. He could make a deal and actually look good. Like he's being, you know what? I am becoming too much for him to say this, anybody would believe it, but I have become too much the issue. My goal is for the country to flourish. And I want them. You know what I mean? You got it? You see what I'm saying? He could do it, but he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it. That's the thing that he doesn't want to do it. He wants to keep going and going. Do you see how they have these co-conspirators? Sidney Powell, Rudy, there. I don't know what they're doing with Rudy. I have no idea. This is the most important thing in the world. There has never been you talk about profiles and courage. Nobody would do this. Then you might say, well, this is kind of foolhardy. This is crazy. Do you think so? I don't. I've never seen anything like this. I have never seen, and he has that countenance, and they're loading it on. And he says to you basically, I'm not going anywhere. You don't understand it. I'm not going anywhere. Do you understand this? I'm not going anywhere. And let me also tell you something. And you listen to me and you listen good. People love him. Now, wait a minute. Listen to me. We live in a world right now where our sense of dullness is so great that we have to increase and turn up the heat for everything. What do I mean by that? What I mean is, look at the issues that we have specifically regarding what we watch, what we like in terms of, what's the word? Stuff that we look at in terms of TikTok. We love fights on planes, fights on this, screaming and yelling. It's nudie. We got to see Cardi B throwing a microphone. We're throwing drinks. Everything is turned up. Everything, even to get our attention, you've got to turn the volume up, turn the violence up. Well, that's what Trump does. And intellectual violence. He is WWE. He's everything. He's outlaw. He is incredible. Listen to what I'm telling you. People love him. They're never going to tell you this. And let me also tell you something. You want some great news? Listen to this. The Hill. And I love these people. I've got these friends I want to introduce you to. They're so stupid. And I want you to meet them. I want you to say, don't be like this. The Hill will give you a variety of different things. When the Hill gives you, if you think the Hill is right wing or whatever. There's an article right now that is saying that younger people, younger high school males are identifying with conservatism. Now, this is from the Hill. This is from them. It's got to be true. Don't be one of these people. I don't watch CNN. No, sometimes when CNN gives you something that is positive, you think that must have really hurt them. This must really be true. Listen, let me explain something about news. Very, very simple. I love Steely Dan. Asia, to me, I've told you this before, is my White Album, my Sgt. Pepper. It was probably one of the greatest albums of all time. Okay? Deacon Blues is, I think, one of the greatest songs ever. All right. But I don't like every Steely Dan song. Countdown to Ecstasy, Can't Buy the... Some Pretzel Logic stuff. Not everything was great. Not everything was wonderful. So you don't throw a band away because you don't like every song. Same thing with information. You're looking at data. Get the information. There is some stuff that CNN provides that's actually better than Fox. Absolutely. Sometimes you have to look at what foreign people say about us to understand what we're doing. You have to get information. You understand this? You have to understand. You have to get as many. Have you ever seen yourself on TV before? Probably not. Maybe you've never really seen your. Maybe you have, but not as much as you think. Sometimes, like, you don't see what you look like from the back. Do you know that if you met yourself in public, do you know? Listen to me. That if you met yourself in public, you may not recognize yourself. If a complete identical twin of yours was met in public, you might not you might not recognize yourself because of vantage, because of perspective. Same way with news, same way with data. So learn everything. Expand yourself. National Review, who doesn't tend to be very pro Trump, has great stuff. Andrew McCarthy and Turley together as tag teams are great. Great. Throw in Dershowitz. This is a legal case. But understand something. Don't ever listen to somebody who thinks he's being paid to give you good news. Does that make any sense? There are some people who say, I will tell you whatever you want to keep me on this show. No. Be careful. That's all we're saying. And I want you to go on. I want you during the day to recognize the fact that you are being told that there is a president of the United States who is under attack for what he says. I want to say something about the First Amendment, and listen to me carefully, because I am a real purist on this one. The First Amendment prohibits the government, the state, the local government from penalizing, limiting what you are saying, not private industry, not folks. If you're in a restaurant and you're talking, somebody says, hey, can you keep it down? Hey, don't talk about that. Hey, that's a private company. They can throw you out. Also, it's a license. You are there at their consent. Okay. You don't have any right, unless they're throwing you out because you're black or something. But the government's a different story. You always have to see, is there state action? You see, this is the reason. This is the issue. The issue is that social media, all the platforms were created specifically by the government, by the shadow government, by us. All of them. You know what I'm saying? All of them. In-Q-Tel, DARPA, they were created under the fiction that some goofy nerd kid in this, came up with this idea. No. We own this big, no. This is weaponized. So what happens is the government comes along and they say, we don't like what you're saying. We don't like what you're saying about vaccines or about this or about the election or Russia, whatever it is. So they pick up the phone and they tell Jack Dorsey, they tell Zuckerberg, cut him off. Okay, we'll do it. Whoever it is, we'll do it. And you will violate some terms of service, some condition, whatever it is. And it turns out, through what we find out regarding the weaponization, through that wonderful judge, Doty, remember that wonderful order, that this is exactly what we knew. That is a First Amendment violation. And the First Amendment, you should be able to say anything you want. There are so few exceptions to this. You should be able to say anything you want. Anything you want. That doesn't involve libel, slander, defamation, the revealing of trade secrets, something that affects national security. Other than that, say it. Anything you want. And you have for the longest time been conditioned into thinking that there are some things you can and can't say. If President Trump believes that his election was stolen, he should be able to say it any way he wants. And if he hires lawyers who believe as well in what that this election was stolen, he should be able to go out with lawyers and basically tell the world, this is what I believe. I believe my election was stolen. And if he wants to conspire with Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, anybody else, he should be able to do so. If he says, I want to think of ways that are legal to throw a monkey wrench into the work, go ahead. If it's legal, I want to see, how can I affect the certification process? What can I do by and through Mike Pence as my agent? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing. Now, here's the big question. You ready for this? And you're going to love this one because I know how you think. Do you believe that the timing of this happens to be coinciding with the all hands on deck attack, the attack regarding Anandan and dealing with Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, Devin Archer, and what will most probably be the impeachment of Joe Biden? If this is not impeachable, nothing is. How many think this is blatant, this is obvious? How many people, how many of you great and wonderful, not just Americans, but perhaps Americans of spirit or patriots or free thinkers, how many? Absolutely. And the Republicans have to go out and tell the world, this is what's happening. They're showing you every time we do something that calls into question the criminal liability of this horrible crime family. They always turn the heat up. This is unconscionable. This is wrong. This is unconstitutional. That's exactly what they're doing. And if they don't impeach Joe Biden over this, if they don't impeach him, they should be impeached. There is no room for this. Impeachment is a political avenue. What is and isn't treason, bribery, and other high crimes and misdemeanors is a political avenue. It is not legal. There's no due process. If this does not occur, I don't know what does. If this does not occur, do you understand this? This is the most important thing in the world. This is the most important thing in the world. I don't even know. I don't know how to remind you of this. I don't know how to bring this to your attention. I don't know what there has to do. This is so obvious. But there is still this kind of fractionalized, kind of, well, namby-pamby, milquetoast Republican Party that is allowing this to happen. John McGuire says, wouldn't a better approach to wrecking Trump would be to ignore and have people like Fauci give interviews saying how wonderful and supportive Trump was? I would say no. And the reason for it is very simply this. And that's a very good point, by the way, Mr. McGuire. Thank you for this. The reason for it is simply this. No. Donald Trump is the greatest performer anybody has ever seen in recent political history. Donald Trump is absolutely, positively the most incredible, I don't know what the word, what around this, how do you say this? But no. Now, let me tell you something. And listen to me and listen good. I do not want you to lose faith. I do not want you to lose your focus. There are so many things going on. Bobby Kennedy is still the greatest. You have no idea what that man has done. He does not. He is doing things so well. He has done what Trump did. Bobby Kennedy is just, and his countenance, the way he is at home with he's exciting. To look at him, it doesn't seem exciting. His voice, not his quiver, his spasmodic dysphonia, but he's not loud. He's not. He does something. He commands some kind of respect. I don't know. I don't know what it is. He's changed everything. And if there is a God, there will be a debate between Bobby Kennedy and that horrid Gavin Newsom. There will be this debate where they sit and he just destroys him and eats his lunch. And I would love just to imagine this. I don't know how you could ever do this, but a man can dream. Imagine during the course of this debate, during this, whatever you want to call it, all of a sudden, Bobby Kennedy says, I'd like to roll some tape and just show nothing but California. The crime, the people defecating, turning beautiful San Francisco into a toilet. Just this one after another. Every California dreaming, every song, whatever the Hotel California, whatever your theme, and just run it. And they say, Gavin Newsom, you want more of this? You want him to do this to your country? He had one job. Remember that expression? He had one job. One of my heroes was a guy named Tony Schwartz. Tony Schwartz did the famous daisy chain commercial. If you remember this, this was Lyndon Johnson. By the way, we need 400 likes, my friend. Thank you so much for that. Please. Hand crepitations, please. I ask you, I beseech, I entreat. I really, really ask. There is a, what do I say? What am I trying to? Oh, Tony Schwartz. Tony Schwartz was the guy who came up with the little girl daisy chain. The little girl, she goes 10, 9, 8. No. 1, 2. She's counting the things. Then that turns into 10, 9, 8. And then there's an atom bomb or a nuclear bomb or whatever it is. And it says this year. And then you have Lyndon Johnson. Never before we have to decide whether it's peace or complete destruction. That was a reference to Barry Goldwater without mentioning Barry Goldwater. It ran one time. It was the most effective political ad ever. It ran one time, but they kept copying it. They kept showing people. It was the greatest deal in the world. I paid for one. That's it. The second one he did was a word Spiro Agnew and a person laughing. That wasn't approved. But that was very, very simple. You just remind people, these are the Democratic Party put together. Just if the Democrats get more of their way, just the George Floyd. It doesn't matter about George Floyd. George Floyd had nothing to do with it. The question is this the way we stop? If you can't stop domestic terrorism, you can't stop that? You mean to tell me you're telling me that in this country we can't stop domestic terrorism? In my administration, you're going to see all of a sudden these trucks. It's like, what the hell is this? See, in New York City, every now and then you'll see these big trucks. It's like, what is this? Emergency response. It'll be like this big, like the biggest, I don't even know what it is. It's a truck you've never seen before. It's one of these trailers that they use on movie lots with turrets or something. And you think, wow. And then every now and then you'll see this in New York. You'll hear these. There'll be 50, 60 patrol cars lined up, speeding, going someplace. They do these drills and you think, damn. Yesterday, by the way, it was very neat. In this little park next to us, you missed this, honey, in this little park, little school, they had all these cops that were out playing football and meeting with kids, and they had the horses. It was very nice. Very nice. At least they're trying to do this. But in my administration, it'd be simple. Hi, I'm Mayor Lionel. Welcome to New York. Oh, by the way, one word for the bad guys. Just try me. That's what Rudy Giuliani did. So what happens was they told the world during this George Floyd thing, we don't know what to do. We can't stop you. He could stop you. And I told you, the music is very, very simple. Very, 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 very simple. It's a very simple argument. Under Ronald Reagan, the thing he said was, "Are you better off now than you were 4 years ago?" The message today would be, "Do you want 4 more years of this?" And that's it. That's absolutely positively the most incredible thing there is. Now, my friends, you've got the news. I've got the news. Broadway Duchess, darling, if you... Oh, speaking of Steely Dan. Now's the time for us to do it. Don't lose faith. Don't lose faith in this. Believe me. Have a little faith in me. I think John Hyatt said it best. We're going to win this thing. We're going to get this. And but we need a Republican Party, not including that Chris Christie and others, to stand up and always act in a block the way the Democrats do. Okay? All right. Now, one more thing. I want you to do me a favor. Mrs. L has some incredibly important information for you to see, and I want you to be a part of her. Where in the hell is this? I got to get better at having my stuff out here. Here we go. Here we go. This is it. This is her YouTube channel. Just click right on this thing, and it goes right to subscriptions, and it's perfect. Perfect. There you go. Sign up for that immediately. We will thank you for that. It means so much. That's it right there, my friends. That is it. Make sure you sign up for that. It is one of the best things there is. She is terrific. All right, my friends, have a great and glorious day. Don't lose faith. Don't lose hope. Don't lose. We're gonna do this. I'm telling you, I've never felt so good in my life. Bring it on. They are so desperate. Yesterday's indictment was a joke. We'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. Don't forget to be there. And also, don't forget, like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell, because your metrics mean everything. All right, dear friends, have a great and glorious day. See you tonight. Don't forget, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Dad.